All right, y'all, man. I want to welcome everybody to Dear Cupid. We back here. Yeah, this season 9. Man, we've been two months gone. Man, y'all been missing me. But we back. When I say we back, we back. We back in action. You heard me? Look, this is Dear Cupid every Saturday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch me, the guy with the glasses, the guy with the mended heart. We're not piercing, we're mending. You heard me? This is Dear Cupid, where you get to ask me, Dear Cupid, any questions, any comments, any type of scenario that you have, you can come to me. Look, all I'm gonna say is this is the show where you can talk about love, relationships, love languages. Man, if you don't know your love language, hey, you can ask me for the quiz. You can take the quiz, you can learn your love language. You can really deep dive into understanding more about yourself, about the partner that you're trying to be with, or the friend that you really want to get to know them more about. How can you give them more of that love as a friend? You can do family, like anything that you want to do with these love languages, you can use it. But we about to deep dive into something different. But first, before we do that, we gonna have my lovely, wonderful, my number one, my co-host. Okay, Queen B vibes. You hear me? Look, Queen B, go ahead and grace everybody with your presence for the show because they don't know how it is.
I'm a little nervous. It's been a few. How
It's
long?
been a minute. It's been a minute. And I'm like,
Yes.
ah,
And we just
it's
jumping right back on into it, but ain't nothing to it but to do it, right? What's
yeah.
going on, everybody? It's your girl Queen B. Vibes checking in once again for season 9 of Dear Cupid, right here only on the Tag app. You can catch me in his streams whenever he go live because I have not been streaming for quite some time. Maybe I'll hop back into it eventually, but when I do, y'all feel free to catch me. Come chill in the bars, come in the comments, catch a vibe.
You heard what she said. Chill in the comments, catch a vibe. That's what we're doing. We're catching a vibe. But before we really get into what's going on, man, look, I got to introduce myself as well for the people that don't know me. I just went on ahead and just gave y'all the introduction, a small sample of what we're gonna do today. Um, I'm okay, Cupid. You can call me Dear Cupid. Okay, Cupid. Cupid. Cupid with a Q, not a C. I'm telling you, if you pop up in this mug and say Cupid with a C, it's gonna be a. I'm playing. It ain't gonna be that shit. But all I'm gonna say is, man, I'm always smiling. I grace everybody with a smile. It's good energy over here. Um, Basically, just come over here and see for yourself. Like this is what I do. I love talking about love. I love talking about relationships. I love giving people something they can really use in their everyday life, or just just having that feeling of acceptance, as you can say.
Thanks.
So I hope y'all enjoy the show. And again, this is season 9, anonymously speaking. It's something different that we want to try. We want to see how it goes. Um, Basically, we're deep diving into different scenarios, different situations that people go into in everyday life, or just random stuff. And if y'all have something that y'all want us to really deep dive into, and you want to be anonymous, go in third person and say they, them, um, someone else. You can use a fake name, however you want to do it. But that's the whole point of Dear Cupid, where you can get different opinions or different point of views from other people. And if you would like to be a part of the show, all you got to do is hit Queen B with a fave. Follow her Instagram, is in her bio. All you got to do is click on the Instagram, send her a hi, and say, "Hey, I would love to be on the show. I got a scenario for y'all. If I can chime in as well, I'm fine with that too. She gonna do it all. So get with Queen B, and we gonna go from there. This is all good energy. Also, if y'all have any type of show coming up, anything you would like to promote, please let me, Queen B, um, let Rain, Kiwi won't be able to make it. She's working tonight, but get with these lovely ladies. These are the ladies that they're gonna help run the show and make sure to get your. If you want more people and more traffic to your live, this is where it starts. We're gonna get this mug going where everybody's gonna be able to move traffic and have greatness coming from all different angles because that's what it's here for. And it's always okay over here. You feel me? Okay, movement. So, Queen B,
Yo.
go ahead and tell them a little bit, a little bit what we're gonna do today from your point
Okay,
of view.
then. All right then. And just in case anybody who didn't know who Rain is, it's Nubians running right here in the comments. Rain, put your hand up in the comments just in case anybody didn't know who you were. You can also check her out, hit her up on Instagram, however you wish to get in touch with her if you want to be a part of the show or if you have something to promote. She's the girl that you talk to. If you can't get in touch with her, you can always get in touch with me. All right. So basically, season 9 of Dear Cupid, we are going with anonymously speaking. We are giving everybody here in the comments, anybody on tag, or anybody who's outside of tag, the opportunity to put in their input or give us a story, a scenario, something that they've had on their mind that they want us to go ahead and dissect or discuss. Now, I must say, uh, off top, out the gate, I have been looking at a couple of stories. I've asked around some people who wanted to put in their input. A couple of them, they were pretty interesting, but I was able to narrow it down to at least two of them. I did not want to get too crazy off the first episode, but we're going to give y'all something a little manageable just so you can get a taste of what we're trying to bring to this season, okay? So we're going to start off with our first story, and what we're going to do is we're basically going to give our opinions, answer this question for that person if they're in the comments. I don't know if they are, but if you are, we're going to let you know exactly how we feel. People in the comments, always, please feel free to put in your input as well. We want to hear what you have to say. All right, so here we go. You ready, Q?
Yep.
All right. Dear Cupid, me and my now ex-girlfriend were together for 4.5 years. Our relationship was pretty solid. We had trust, communication, love, and we also had a lot of fun together. About a year and a half ago, she got into a bad car accident that caused her to end up in a wheelchair. Of course, we had no idea on exactly how this would affect our relationship, but I assured her that no matter what happens, I would be with her every step of the way. Due to her limited mobility, we had to make adjustments to our daily routines. A few weeks into this brief adjustment period, things began to get a bit hectic and started to take a toll on our relationship. Okay. She got very needy and started to feel more like a caretaker than her boyfriend.
Mm,
Not only that, but our sex life took a huge hit. She made efforts to try to keep the excitement in the bedroom, but for me, things just weren't the same.
mm,
Normally, she would greet me with a hot breakfast and plenty of hugs and kisses every morning. But one morning in particular, I could tell that she could sense I was unhappy with the lack of passion in her kiss. I decided to talk to my best friend about how I felt. Angrily, keyword, angrily, he tells me that I'm being selfish, only thinking of myself, and that I should be more patient and understanding with her situation. I argue with him about how I can't make her happy if I'm not happy, and all he says is that accident was out of her control and I shouldn't punish her for it.
mm,
With a disgusted look on my face, I walked off, got in my car, and went for a drive to clear my head. Later that day, I came home to my girlfriend's sisters, packing her things and taking her away. I begged her not to leave, but all she would say is that she no longer wanted to burden me and broke up with me that night. I called and texted her for weeks, begging her to allow me the chance to talk things out, but she refused. Fast forward a few months later, I found out from a mutual friend that my ex and my best friend have been dating for quite some time. I went to her sister's house to confront her about it. When I asked her about how and why they got together, she said my friend told her about the conversation that we had and how I was a coward for not telling her how I felt in the first place. I immediately felt my blood begin to boil, so I got out of there before I did something to her that I would regret. Anonymously speaking,
Oh
should
wow.
I confront them both about backstabbing me or consider it as a blessing in disguise and move on with my life without either of them in it?
Man,
Yeah. You want to go ahead and start with my.
it's
Oh,
like
I
the
know
whole
that's a lot in one right there because to me you got a couple of things going on here. One, I agree with the friend as far as don't punish her for the
yeah.
accident because
Mm.
that was completely out of her control. And then another issue, how long exactly has your friend been by your ex-girlfriend's side in order for him to feel so comfortable? And then the way he approached the conversation angrily with his opinion, it makes me wonder. Like, was he just waiting in the wings for something to happen?
So everything started off as understanding, and everything was working fine, but she started to change first, right?
Not the way this started. It seemed like he was the one changing. Because think about it, he said that everything was fine at first, right? But with the accident, things got a little bit hectic, right? He said that
Uh-huh.
things started taking a toll, and he started feeling more like a caretaker as opposed
Yeah,
to her boyfriend. But of course, this things like this is gonna happen. You never know how an accident is gonna happen. But she ended up in a wheelchair.
yeah.
But
You
she did
can't, yeah.
try though. She tried though. He said that she tried to keep the excitement in the bedroom, but that seemed like the only thing that he was really worried about. That's what
Mm.
kind of made him fall off the deep end, or that gave him a reason to start feeling that way because maybe he just couldn't deal with the pressure or the
So
responsibility of trying to look after her.
let's dissect it piece by piece. Let's go with the beginning. The beginning, they was together for how long?
4.5 years.
4.5 years. This person is supposed to be someone that you truly love. You done spent so much time. 4 years. That is a long time to be with someone. And to the point where this person is your everything, and you're gonna be by this person's side no matter what. Because if you're with somebody over 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way to 10 years, you might as well say, you know what? I'm this person everything. Don't matter what it is. Caregiver, I'm this person, confidant, everything. Because you didn't put in so much time with this person. You're together. If
Mm-hmm.
anything happens to this person, you're gonna be there. You're not supposed to jump ship. You're not supposed to say, you know what? The captain got to go and the ship is just gonna sit and sink by itself. No. See, this is what people don't get. When you're in a relationship with someone, it takes two to make it work.
Mm-hmm.
If someone get hurt or someone loses their job or someone has something going on with the kids, guess what? If y'all have kids, together y'all gonna work. Together things are gonna move forward. But when you're actually neglecting the situation and saying that, oh, I'm turning into that person's caregiver instead of her boyfriend or her husband and stuff, that's where you messed up at. You're gonna be that caregiver. You're gonna be the person that's gonna take care of them because you chose to be with them and the situation took a turn for the worse, but you still have to be stuck with that person because she lost her ability to do things, yeah, to use to, but there's nothing. It shouldn't stop you from doing the normal things that y'all would normally do. Just make it accessible for her. You have to make it accessible for her. You have to compromise. That's that word right there we used to use back in one of the shows. You
Mm-hmm.
have to compromise. You have to do things to make it work for both sides. So they was together for 4 years. What else?
4.5. And then many everything that you saying, I completely agree with. I don't care whether they were married or not either, because
Mm-hmm.
just for the simple fact y'all was together for 4.5 years and you had no complaints, none, none
None.
whatsoever. You said y'all relationship was solid. This right here, and then she has the accident. All of a sudden, it's okay. You just bow out just like that when things get tough. What if the shoe was on the other foot?
Well, You know, I'm a baby when I get sick. Most of y'all know when I get sick, help me. Don't leave.
He ain't lying either.
I'm like, bro, I don't know, look, common cold be around that mug. I'm about to die.
That part, Minnie, we do. We're the nurturers, literally. And
Look,
then look at it this way: what if there was a possibility? I don't know the full story. I don't know if this is permanent, but what if there was a possibility that she could have been nursed back to health? What if she was able to get mobility in her legs again, or whatever it was that got injured? They didn't go into detail about that, but you don't realize the amount of effort and love that you put into somebody when they're sick, when they injured, when they down. That's nourishment for their soul. That's nourishment for y'all relationship. That lets y'all know that y'all can come together and get through things. That's where that solid foundation comes in. That can actually help them get better. People thrive off of love and affection.
a lot of people don't know when people go through certain things in a relationship, their partner is that boost. Their partner is the person that's going to help them stand up even stronger because they have someone holding them up. When you understand that you have that person that's going to be there and going to guide you and help you, because, okay, you're going to have the strength to keep pushing, but it's even better to have someone behind you, even holding you up. Just like a friend. If you got a great friend that's gonna be there 24/7, you call in the middle of the night, needing them for anything and everything, and they're gonna drop whatever they're doing. If they're asleep, if they're in the middle of doing anything, they're gonna drop and come to your aid. That's the person that you need in your corner, no matter what. And to just to the situation that happened where he went to his best friend.
Yeah, I was going to get into that too. Go ahead.
This is another thing. You do not go to your friend for advice. That's supposed to, what I always tell people, what I always tell people, you're not in a relationship, so how you going to, the number
Outside
one
doors.
thing, the number one thing about relationships, it's two people. The number one thing that causes relationships to fail, you going outside your relationship for advice from a person that is your friend or someone that you say, oh, I can trust them because they've been there and they're my homeboy, they're my home girl, but you don't know that their agenda may be something else to get closer to you or closer to your girlfriend or the person that you're trying to talk to. You never know.
You think?
Stop going to outside people. Like I always say when I was doing my old season, when I say stop opening the door and talking to everybody outside, all the chirping from the birds and stuff. Close that window and talk to your spouse inside the house because it's between you and her, not outside people getting advice. You can go to a counselor, you can do that, but don't go to your uncle, your auntie, your mama, your daddy, because they gonna give you, oh, I don't really like them anyway, so I'm glad you about to leave them. Or I'm glad you feel this type of way. You're gonna get certain people like that. Why not talk to your spouse and sit them down and like, baby, look, I'm feeling like I'm being more of. I understand you disagree. I understand you disagree. Everybody has their own opinion. I'm not going to go outside my relationship and ask somebody about a situation that's between me and her because I don't know. Especially when you're married. If you're married and you going outside to go to a friend or something like that, no, you go to a counselor, you can go to a therapist. That's more of a client client what was client on therapist privilege, like they don't share information. You
Yeah,
got to think
you're
about
on the
it.
right track. I don't know
But
what.
you gotta think about it though. Like when you talk to other people, guess what? People are gonna talk. People are gonna go and ask other people about the situation, and then it's gonna spread, and then it's gonna always come back to you about somebody that said something, and then it's gonna be something that was made up. It's gonna be made up,
Thank
and
you. Your
then it's
confidentiality.
gonna, yeah, confidentiality. There it is. What I said, I don't know. But I'm just saying, like, when you tell someone outside of your relationship, it's gonna be twist and turn all the way around. From it'll go from your friend to their friend to somebody else's friend, maybe to their cousin, and then it's gonna make it all the way back to you, and it'll be like, I didn't say none of that. Oh, I didn't. Those words didn't come out my mouth. And then guess what? Somebody's gonna mention it to her that you went out and asked somebody about a situation about her being in a wheelchair, that you feel like the relationship isn't working, and she was like, "You ain't come to me about that. You didn't talk to me about that. We're supposed to be in a relationship. If you're feeling some type of way, you got to come to me first."
Mm-hmm. Yep. So I agree when she called him a coward, but just to kind of teeter off of what Minnie was saying when she said that she disagreed. Now
Mm,
I do agree that people are allowed to have some kind of outlet. And if that outlet is or just so happens to be a really good friend of yours or your best friend, only you would know your best friend better than anybody else. Now,
mm,
in this kind of situation, I really want to know how involved was his best friend in their relationship, because the only way I see him being so angry with his friend, telling him that stuff and being so emotional about it, is if he had some kind of jealousy with his friend, with him and his ex-girlfriend. He probably saw their relationship like, wow, I wish I had something like that, and kind of been envious of it. And I think he probably saw this accident happening as an opportunity for him to swoop in and be Captain Saver, what.
mm.
But if that were the case, I would think you would have some kind of hint or inkling or some type of flag, something that came out of nowhere and just presented itself to you like, something ain't right.
So you saying the friend came off with his answer kind of aggressively?
He said angrily, he told him. Because if when he say angry to me, that means I think that his friend was taking it personal. That he was telling him like, "Yo, I'm not happy in this relationship no more. Things just ain't the same since she's been in this accident. I don't know what to do or how to feel." When again, I agree where he shouldn't punish the girl about it, but I'm
Mm,
not in the guy's shoes. I don't know exactly how unhappy he is, or if he's really unhappy with the fact that the relationship just ain't the same, or if he was really just being selfish. Because I think that the sex part was the part that really got to him. When there
mm-hmm.
got to be some kind of ways around it. She's not completely helpless.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
But
Like
if he got
he,
that kind of response from his friend, like he was mad, angry, like had some type of vendetta against him, it had to be more personal than that to me.
yeah,
But
definitely.
I think only you would know that about your best friend, as opposed to other people.
Hey, look, if y'all just tuning in, man, this is Derek Cupid every Saturday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where you could be a guest, answer relationship and love questions, give insight and tips to better understand love and relationships. Hey, this is season 9, anonymously speaking, man. We're talking about a scenario about, Lord, this one, that just, it's a
Yeah, I
good
know
one.
that one.
This
That
is
one
a
kind
good
of
one.
threw me for a loop because there's so many
Yeah.
different issues that I'm seeing in here, and the way that I'm looking at it as like, dude, what did he say? Should I confront both of them for stabbing me in the back, or consider it as a blessing in disguise and move on with my life? Do you think this is a blessing in disguise? Did you really want out of this relationship? Because you said you begged and pleaded for her for weeks, trying to get the chance to talk to her, but you should have done that in the first place. But no, you went to your friend.
He probably been going to his friend every time they had a problem.
So his friend know all his business. He could rob him blind if he wanted to. Not even blind. He can run right in front of you, not even see
That's what I'm
it.
saying.
I don't know what kind of
Some,
friends you got, bruh, but
Sometimes you gotta watch some of your friends. Like your closest enemy it could be your friend. That's why they say keep your friends close and your enemies closer. Well, your enemies close and your wait, it's one of them.
friends close, enemies closer.
Yeah, God dog it. My mind just look. I just woke up. I'm sorry, y'all.
Not you just woke up. So you had a nap. I couldn't even have a nap. That's crazy. But yeah, this to me, my guy, this is a lose-lose situation for you. You lost your relationship, you
And you
lost
lost
a
a
quote
best friend.
unquote friend, you lost your sanity. Now you got to go ahead and pick up the pieces and try to move on with your life. You choose to do whatever you want. Of course, you're gonna be angry, but I don't know.
I would say it to each his own. Everybody has their own opinion about this scenario, which it could be a blessing and it could be a curse because um because at the end of the day, he did figure out that his girl was basically still was messing with his best friend or vice versa, and he felt some type of way about it because like I said, he probably been going to his best friend telling them about different situations that they were having, and it kind of threw him for a loop that they actually, you know, did he say what, packing up? She was he was in the house packing up clothes for her or something like that.
No, not him. The sister of the ex girlfriend was.
Okay, the sister of his girlfriend,
Yeah, the
and
sister was helping her pack her stuff to leave. Cause the girlfriend was like she didn't want to be a burden to him no more. But that's only because he had told her about the conversation they had.
bro, like I said, you
Yeah,
can't
he
go
did
in.
that for him. He did that for him. He went and told her everything that he said. Now I don't know if he felt like his friend was being wrong, but you didn't exactly tell him in the right way. You went ahead and just
So, like I said, you tell one person, they tell another person, and then other people just start to get into the situation.
yeah, yeah, moved in together for marriage. I mean, I think, well, for that part right there, I just say to each his own. Because
Yeah.
I've seen people in 10 plus years relationship and mugs ain't even went to the altar. Mugs ain't even got married. They're
Mm,
just happy with just being together. Like, the only difference they see is just a piece of paper. Like, they really don't need the marriage. But of course, some people don't take marriage as seriously as they used to do back in the day. So,
hmm
I guess literally it's to each his own. But I don't know, my guy. This just seems like a lose-lose situation. My advice to you is try to just cope the best way that you can. Try to move on with your life because at the end of the day, you're just gonna be harboring all of that energy.
I'm
I
gonna just
think
say
you need
pick.
to take some type of responsibility for the part that you played in it.
I'm just gonna say pick your friends wisely
You just stuck on the friend thing.
because that's the deepest cut you can ever get by somebody. You've been friends with this person probably the longer you've been in a relationship. Really think about that. Like that's the true thing. Your friend cutting you deeper than your girl because you was your girl. Y'all was together for 4.5 years. Your best friend could have been somebody you've been friends with since knee high, from middle school, high school. You know how long that's been?
The sandbox, bro.
Like the
The
sandbox, yo. Like,
sand-
and that's what really cut you the deepest because you it's supposed to be your homeboy. It's supposed to be your dog. But the crazy thing is, you, you just never know. You just
Okay,
never
well, let me
know.
ask you: would you feel more betrayed by your friend, or would you be more upset at the girl in this case?
I'll be able to tell this to my friend for real. Like didn't she try to do something?
Mm-hmm.
She tried to make the
Right.
relationship. She tried, but he basically was saying, "I feel more of a caregiver than your lover, your boyfriend." So he neglected her, even though she was trying. So you're neglecting someone that's trying. So it's only obvious that she's gonna possibly find someone else because you're not. You all you want is sex from her, and you're not getting it because she in a wheelchair.
Yeah, okay. I give you that. I give you that because I always
Like,
had this perspective that dudes would choose their friends no matter how bad they dog them before any kind of female. Like y'all just in it together for life. Like,
look, let me tell you something.
yeah.
I don't care if they say bros over. I don't care. Let me tell you something. At the end of the day, it's the biggest thing about relationships, friendships, all that is trust. Who can you really truly trust? Who?
Apparently not your best friend.
Who can you really trust? Like,
Not to laugh at their situation, but it's all bad. It's
And
all.
like I said, you go to this person as your best friend to act and talk to them about a situation. Like I said, you can't do that all the time. You can't. You don't know their agenda. You even like they've been in your life for years and just know your backstory. You don't know if they just waiting for that perfect time just to slide in and take your girl. Ladies, take your man. Never know.
Well, I
I
feel
don't
bad
know.
for him. I feel.
Question: have y'all, ladies, gentlemen, in the live, y'all still have y'all ever had a situation like this though? Really think about it. Like, have you ever had a situation where somebody's your friend then started talking to your boyfriend or your girlfriend? I know I have.
It
I
won't happen. It won't happen. Both of y'all gonna be very 6 feet deep. He playing with me. No, 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 no. There has to be a boundary set. It's a boundary got to be set. Man off limits. That's
bruh,
just because like I can't even imagine being in a situation like this. I feel bad for her because she was putting in 10 times the work, and she's the one with the freaking injury.
bruh. If my girl in a doggone wheelchair, just know I'm just gonna have fun with her. Goddamn. I'm just gonna keep it like that. I'm finna be rolling her around the bedroom. That's what I'm gonna say. Where do you want to go, baby? Sitting around that mud dragging on a sheet of paper or something. I mean,
I'm not finna play with you.
on
Cut
a
it
tapestry
out.
around this mud. She's like, yeah,
Cut it
baby,
out.
slide. I'm just saying,
Somebody get him. Because I can't right now. Somebody
look,
get him.
I'm the person I am. I'm gonna enjoy every moment. Like if you feed my energy, I'm gonna feed yours. I understand you're in a wheelchair and you done had an accident. I'm not gonna look at it as a crutch. Some things you may not be able to do, but guess what? I'm gonna make it accessible to you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, we couldn't go. Guess what? I like to go skating. You want to come skating? I'm gonna put some skates on your feet, and I'm gonna be scooting you in that doggone wheelchair around that mud going around. Look,
I cannot unpaint that picture. That's crazy.
that's just me. Like, look, man, look, go ahead and get that wheelchair sticker and put it in the car because we finna have some front row seats everywhere. What you mean?
Hello, the accessibility part.
Right? We about to be accessible everywhere. You hear me? We finna get a good parking spot. We finna go to the movies and sit in the front. We're gonna have two seats, nobody else around us.
Yo, I when she became a man. Yes, I mean I don't know if it
Yes,
was temporary. He didn't say. I'm putting it in my head that it's a possibility that it could be temporary. At least
yeah,
I would hope it is. I honestly hope it was temporary because I want him to feel every last bit of that guilt. Call me toxic. I don't care. Don't get upset with her for something that was out of her control. You still
yeah,
wrong.
bruh. Man, I don't even know how to even say this because I don't want to say it the wrong way.
Series is definitely changing. Well, give us your final thought on that one. We gonna hop into this next story.
I'm just gonna say this. Be honest with yourself. Be honest with the person you with.
mm,
Open your mouth instead of being quiet. Because at the end of the day, if the other person can't read your mind, the other person don't know what you're thinking all the time. We're two different people, two different minds. If you feel some type of way about a situation, talk. Don't go outside your relationship because you never know what's going on outside your relationship.
mm,
But
yeah.
like I always say, man, look, you live and you learn. Mistakes are meant to be made, but guess what? They can be fixed over time. All you got to do is communicate, translate, and just answer because at the end of you have to talk. Like people don't talk in relationships. People don't talk. That's the biggest point of a relationship. You talk, communicate. You can message people on Instagram and everything else, but you can't talk to the person that you're with. I don't get that.
Yeah, you're right. Many people do be avoiding when you bring it to him. But the thing is, he said that their communication was good. They said their relationship was solid. This accident
That was
happened.
before. That was
Every
before the
yes,
accident.
this accident happens. Everything changed,
He changed
and so did everything around them.
because she couldn't do certain things.
Mm,
If she can't do certain things, make it accessible to her. That's why you're there. You're the man. Be a man. She's a woman. She's fragile. Help her. She's in a wheelchair, my dude. Like, bruh. See, that's what I be saying. Some men are quick to run when situations turn for the worse. Like, he wanted sex. He wanted the the things that was added to a relationship. When you get into a relationship, you're not supposed to think about sex the whole time. It's an add-on to a relationship. When you're in a relationship, it's a partnership. It's a thing we do together. When people get basically, I'm gonna just say it like this: when people get married, you become one, not two.
mm,
You fix the other person when they're broken. You comfort that person when they are hurt. You be that voice when they can't speak. You be like, you gotta really think about that. Like, you not like, come on now. If you not cooking, I'm cooking. I'm look, we both gonna be in them. I'm like, baby, look, I'm gonna cook on the stove. You get the bread and the rice ready. That's so simple. Hello?
see, if he can adjust, anybody can. I hope he in here listening to this. I really do. I hope he in here listening. But yeah, those are our thoughts on your story. Thank you for that one, for bringing that one to us. That one was a good one to dissect. Cause I don't know, I feel angry for her. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry to your ex, but okay. Anyway.
All right, look. Like I said, man, like this is Dear Cupid every Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where you could be a guest, answer relationship and love questions, give insight and tips to better understand love and relationships. Hey, this is anonymously speaking. You got any scenario, any topic you want us to talk about, man, all you got to do is hit Queen Bee Vibes with a fave, follow her on Instagram, send her your information. She's going to get you on here if you want to be a part of the show, if you have a story that you want to, just get some feedback from. If somebody's dealing with something that you don't really want to say their name, you anonymously do it. And we can talk about it and you can be like, know what? I feel the same way. That's all you got to do. This is what that platform is for. Also, if you have anything that you like to promote, you got a show, you got music, you have anything going on. This is the platform. I have people that can support you, sharing, come and support you, just to pop in, showing you that appreciation, just to pop in. Look, hey, that's what this is for. This is the platform. This is the stage that I'm allowing people to expose themselves to positivity and greatness. This is what I want to use this for. So now, season 9, anonymously speaking, we're about to get into our second story. Hey, this is I ain't gonna lie. This is very interesting because wow. Okay, Queen Bee, go ahead and let's go
Yeah,
and
like you
finish off
never
this
know what
mug strong. Let's finish
never
it
know
off
what people really going through in their life. But this story right here kind of shifts gears a little bit. So this
strong.
one isn't as intense. All right, so dear Cupid, my husband and I have been together for 6 years and recently got married in August of 2022. We finally bought a house together and plan on starting a family of our own. His mother was flying into town for a week, so we agreed to let her stay with us. The morning she landed, I picked her up from the airport, excited to show her our new home. Lord, decided to show our new home. Okay. On the way back, I tried to hold a conversation with her, but she was pretty nonchalant and didn't seem in the talking mood. When we got home, she greeted my husband and I went to put her things in our guest room. While showing her around the house, she would criticize how the house was decorated and how I have quote unquote poor taste in furniture.
Mhm.
2 days in, she would make comments about how I clean, how I cook, and had the audacity to tell me what I should or should not wear with or around my husband. I told my husband that he needs to talk to his mom about the things that she has been saying, and he promised that he would take care of it. The next day, my husband and I were talking about my childhood traumas. His mother then interjected into our conversation, saying that my parents never loved me as much as she loved her son, and that it's not
Ooh.
out that I was never raised to be a good woman to anybody. I immediately cursed her out and told her that she needed to leave. She said that I have no right to tell her what to do and demanded my husband to make me apologize. My husband agreed with me and told her that he will get her a hotel for the rest of the week. When he got back after dropping her off at the hotel, I told him that I love him for sticking up for me. My husband replied by saying that even though I was right, he was upset with me for not allowing him to handle it as he promised. Anonymously speaking, was I wrong for not allowing my husband to handle the situation, or was I justified for my actions because I wasn't going to be disrespected in my own house?
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
All I'm gonna say is you're married. You're very justified. I understand where she's coming from. Her thoughts of he does feel like he could have handled it himself, but she really got deep, and his mom shouldn't have went that far. He
Mm-mm.
should have been interjected on that. Very much, very much. So let's dissect it from the beginning, because
Yes, let's go ahead.
the first thing I want to say, she didn't have no conversation in the first beginning, so you already knew it was going to be bad.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like, so she already does not like the girl that her son is with, obviously. Okay, I'm gonna say this. She started talking about like her drapes and how she got her furniture. Like, why you coming to my house where we let you stay? No charge.
Mm-hmm.
And what else? And about her cooking?
She what she say? She said that she criticized her about how the house was decorated, how she had poor taste in furniture, criticized how she cleaned, how she cooked, and telling her what she should or shouldn't wear around her husband or for her husband.
Okay, number one. Once I'm gonna just tell you this right now. Once you're in a relationship, your parents' opinion does not matter anymore.
Keep in mind they're married 6 years. No
Married.
wait, they've been together for 6 years. Okay, they've been together for 6 years, but they got married in 2022. So they only been married for 2 years. Two
That's
years,
that's
going on
that,
2 years.
that doesn't matter.
No, I was just saying. I was just putting that in there.
You're married now.
Mm-hmm.
Once you Okay, let me break it down for the ones in the back. Cause we only got we only got a few more minutes. Let me tell you something. When you're coming up as a young man, your mother's taking care of you. Your mother's doing everything for you. But once you lay down to rest, that your mother is, don't get me wrong, that is your mother. But
Mm-hmm.
at the once you then got that ring on your finger and you've actually solidified a foundation of love with someone and trying to build a house, you on your grown man. You feel me? And
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if it's your mama, your auntie, your grandmother. I don't care. Somebody coming to your house disrespecting your woman, don't matter who it is. You have to talk to that person. You have to set the ground rules in the house. This is your throne. You not. I, my mama come up in this mug and tell me something about, oh, I don't like the way she do this. I'm married to her. You're not. This is my woman. This is what she wanted to choose for our house. This is for us, not for you. If you want to do this, you go and go back home, or if your husband, you can do that over there, not over here. This is my piece. This is this, basically stay in her lane. You feel me? So guess what? That hotel was nice, but I do kind of feel where he was coming from. He was kind of upset where he didn't get a chance to do the things. But guess what? He took too long.
Oh, okay, because I was about to get in yo. You know what? 'Cause,
He took too long.
thank you. He definitely did take too long because I was just about to get in your way. First of all, First of all, my house, my rules, my husband. You have no right whatsoever to try to come into my house after we both agreed for you to come in here. What's his is mine, what's mine is his. Don't disrespect me. And then I wonder how their relationship was that entire 6 years. Because if she was able to deal with a momzilla like that for 6 years and continue going, baby, I
She
don't know if
had
she
the
was. I
birth.
don't even know how you even agreed to even let her stay at that house for that entire week, to be honest. And I feel like you were justified. Yes, because 2 days, it shouldn't have been 2 hours for his mother to disrespect me like that. He should have been on top of that a long time ago. I'm your wife now. We're building a family together for us. Now, I don't mind your mom coming. Of course, that's your mother. If it wasn't for her, you probably wouldn't have been here. But still, though, as your wife, you should never let her disrespect me. You definitely did take too long. When I told you that you need to talk to her, I would have liked for you to go ahead and handle it right then and there. But the fact that I had to wait to tell you to do it, 2 days of her criticizing me, 2 days of her criticizing me, I had to take this. I didn't have to, but I did. No, you justified. She's definitely justified. Now, I understand why your husband may have felt some type of way because,
Yeah.
as a man, you felt like maybe he should have went ahead and took care of this. Yes, you definitely should have. But like Minnie said, mama's boy, red flag, I saw it as soon as he came back talking about, oh, I'm upset at you. You should have let me go ahead and handle it. Don't do
Mm.
that. Please. I ain't trying to hear none of that, mama's boy. I mean, you feeling this way because what, your pride is hurt? What about
Yes.
my feelings? She been at my throat since I picked her up from the airport. While she giving
And
you hugs saying, son, I miss you, I'm putting her things away in the
did
guest room.
did she mention that to him
Mention what?
about the situation, picking her up
Oh,
and all? Did she mention that in there?
I'm assuming that they talked about this.
Yeah.
About who's
So
picking her up, but I don't know if he was present while she was making all these
no,
comments.
no, I'm just saying, like did they like step to the side? Like if the communication was there, yes, because like if they was like she'll say, man, your mom is really doing the most. Like she's really talking about. Like she did make comment. Like I guess he was around when making a comment, slick remarks or whatever. And it was something that also she did. Okay,
Yeah, she put it to her. She said she told her. She said I told my
communication.
husband that he needs to talk to his mom about the things that she was saying,
Uh
and he
huh.
promised to handle it.
So that's where okay, we got this. We talked about it. The action needed to be put forth. Like he was trying to, I guess he was trying to wait for the right time, or he wanted to wait until everything calmed down. But when something happens like that, you have to really go and talk to that person right then and there, because she didn't basically didn't give me no didn't give the woman the conversation in the beginning, didn't try to have no kind of communication between her, basically her well, how can I say, her
Daughter-in-law.
daughter-in-law. Yeah, her
Mm.
daughter-in-law. And she's talking about how she cooks, cleans, her choice of furniture. That
And
has
then have
nothing to,
nerve to tell her that her parents didn't love her as much
oh,
as she loved her son.
and that's the cherry on top right there. One of the biggest, how can you talk about someone else's parents, but she's respecting you in every manner possible before she cussed you out? In the beginning, she welcomed her, got her bags, put them in the car, nice, trying to hold conversation, asking her about every stuff, just random, just the whole conversation. Nothing. She gets there, she basically cooking, cleaning for his mom.
Mm-hmm.
They're staying she put the bags in the room. At the end of the day, the mother needed to have more better respect as an elder, as a mother-in-law to the relationship that her son and the woman that he chose to be with. She needed to really, she got to check herself at the end of the day,
Mm-hmm.
because he has to live with her for the rest of his life if they choose to. I don't know. I'm just saying, not her. This relationship has nothing to do with you. They're happy, they're fine. Your mother has no say so about whatever happens in your relationship. That's a mama's boy. Don't get me wrong. I love my mama to death. But when you talk about the woman I'm with and I'm married to this woman, everything else you got to go. I'm gonna get you a hotel room. I'll pay for it, all that. I'm gonna get your bags. I'm gonna like, baby, look, I understand where you're coming from. I understand. Like it took me a little while. That's communication. You got to have a communication. You gotta apologize on both ends. Like she did cuss out his mama out of respect towards him. He apologized and said, I did go kind of overboard, but it really got to me because she started talking about my mom, my dad. Like you that's one of the biggest red flags in everything. Once somebody talk about something, you ready to fight somebody.
I'm sorry. I wasn't gonna apologize for cussing her out because she came from my jugular. How dare you tell me that my parents didn't love me
Out of
and that
respect,
I
out
wasn't
of
raised to be a good woman to anybody? Like,
I
don't you
know,
dare.
but she did it out of the respect for the relationship, for their marriage. She was saying basically, I should have held my composure, but it did escalate to the point where it was all over from there. That's understandable.
And don't forget
And
they were talking about her childhood traumas.
yeah, childhood,
That's
like,
a sensitive
and that
subject.
and that's another thing. They would okay. How can you interject with someone about a? That's another thing. They shouldn't even be talking about that around someone else. They shouldn't have been talking about that at all. That's another thing. You're not supposed to talk about past stuff around someone that really don't like you or know that is gonna be some turmoil in this situation because it already started off bad from the beginning.
Hmm. From
And
the
you
airport.
throw in fuel to the fire about talking about, man, what happened to me when I was a little kid. My parent did this or something like that. That's what I'm saying. That's another thing. He probably was talking to his mom, like everything. Like I always say, we just finished talking about a situation like this, closely similar. Going outside your relationship and telling people about what's going on. It could be your mama, your daddy, your sister, your brother. It may sound like they're trying to help you, but they're adding fuel to something that they just don't like about this person because at the beginning, when you first started talking to them, they may not like this person just because of what happened in their past or how they was raised. Is everybody was raised different. You can't expect someone to have the same lifestyle as you. You can't expect someone to be raised the same way just like you. Somebody was maybe raised differently because the way they was brought up in poverty, or maybe they had a silver spoon in their mouth. But you can't look down on somebody by the way they were brought up, but they make a change for the better and actually make themselves better. So you can't fault their past for their future. Don't worry about what's going on, what went on behind them. Worry about what's going on forward for them because she's with she's with your son. They're doing great. They were married. They were together for how long?
6 years.
6 years, and been married for 2 years. Let these people have a wonderful marriage and life together. They love each other, even though you're still around, mother. Shoot, get gone somewhere. Your son is trying to leave you alone. He allowed you to come and stay. It was a vacation just to get away.
I guess so. Since she was flying into town for a week,
She was there to start some mess. That's what it sounds like.
had to be, had to be.
I'm coming over, baby. I just want to see what you're living like. Mm-mm. My mama coming in. She better come with good doggone good reason. Cause if you staying with us, nah, pimping. You ain't finna be doing none of that extra over here. Or you gonna be in a hotel room like old boy did. You get you a hotel room. Cause man, that's junk crazy.
Man, y'all got some interesting lives, man. The things that can happen in this world, boy. But no, honey. My final thought is you were justified for your actions. If
Yeah,
your
very
husband
much.
tell him to sleep on the couch, sleep it off, and then y'all can talk about it the next day. Your mama's in the hotel now. Y'all can really actually talk about some stuff and let him go ahead and handle that mess. Let him go to the hotel or whatever the heck, and you just relax at home, do whatever it is that you was gonna do. I feel like
Hmm.
you were justified.
Very much. Um, I want to say thank everybody for coming out to Dear Cupid tonight. First show back. Make sure you hit me with that fave. I'm here every Saturday now. We're gonna keep it going. I love it. Anonymously speaking, season 9, man. Look, I'm so happy I'm back. I'm so happy we can talk about things like this. This is what the platform is for. If you have anything, if you would like to be a part of the show, get with my co-host, my number one, my best friend. This is the lady you get with this way. You get with her. Look,
Which way? I'm on this. I'm on this side.
yeah, that
On
right
my
there.
tab. Okay.
So basically, I appreciate y'all because without y'all, this cannot happen. I mean, tell your friends, tell your mama, your daddy, your cousin about Dear Cupid. uh,
Respectfully, don't be coming in here criticizing nothing.
yeah, everybody has their own opinions. Everybody has their own point of views. But this
Mm-hmm.
is where it's talked about, it's dissected, and we get to learn from it. If you want to take it and run with it, do it. I'm like, that's what it's there for. Like I said, if you don't know your love language, I'll be glad to send you that quiz and you can take that love language quiz and you can learn your love languages. If you don't know those love languages, it's quality time, words of affirmation, act of service, receiving gifts, and physical touch. Man.
Mm-hmm. And just again, for anybody who did have a story, make sure y'all hit my name, check the bio, tap my Instagram icon. Go ahead and send me a message, send me a request. I'll go ahead and add you. You can go ahead and inbox me your story. It can be about you, it can be about anybody else. And if it is about you, you don't want me to know exactly who it is, even though we will keep it confidential. Go ahead and put it in third person. You can speak it as if somebody else was going through it. We're here to talk about it, put it out there so you can have a more understanding of where others may come from. Maybe you may take something from it. So again, go ahead, hit the bio, Instagram, shoot me a message, let me know what's up. Might just be featured on the next show.
All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all coming, man.